Good morning. This is Samuel Cortez. I am your instructor for Geography 102, Cultural Geography. I wanted to go over the syllabus with you. So just wanted to remind you of a couple of things, that this is a fully online course. You can see my email address is provided there for you. This is the preferred method that you can contact me. I usually respond within 24 hours. Here's a link for Blackboard for you to be able to log in into the course. Now, I am going to try to be as available for you, trying to make sure that we can talk, that you can ask me any questions. So you're going to see me, I guess, largely like in ways like I am doing right now via video or sometimes via audio. A couple of things that I want you to. This syllabus is already been uploaded into the Blackboard site. Here's some information about it. So I'm just going to very briefly point out some of the areas that I want you to be aware of, that I want you to know about the syllabus. Course description, some of the advisory requirements are provided there for you. Some of the learning outcomes, some of the things that we expect you to learn from this class. Here's the textbook. So information that you want to know about the textbook. At the city bookstore, you can find this textbook on what is called a 3-hole punch version of it. You can see the price right there. If you want a much cheaper version of it, it's an e-text version. Click into the link that I provided right here, provided by RedShelf, which is part of the publisher. You can see that it's a considerably less price, but of course, again, it's only available online. Of course, it's other sources. If you want to go to Amazon, you can go in there. You can find older versions, used versions of it. Just be aware that if you use an older version, different edition, the pages may not match in terms of reading and where you can find some of those concepts and so on. But they're perfectly okay to use. More information about Blackboard, technical requirements, things that you should be aware of as you participate in the course. There's tutorials, orientations. If this is the first time you've ever been on an online course, here's some information that sort of tests your readiness to be on an online environment. Netiquette rules, basically, there are some very specific rules that we have about how you behave on an online environment. Follow those very carefully to make sure that we don't have any misunderstanding as some activities take place online that may or may not be allowed. So let's make sure that you follow those, read them very carefully. These are the expectations that I have about your behavior in an online environment. More policies in terms of what is expected of you. The big one is cheating, dishonesty, plagiarism. We want to make sure that any work that you provide, any work that you write is your own work. We have ways that we can check whether that is the case or not, and particularly in writing assignments. We can have what is called safe assign plagiarism detection software that can test that information. So just don't risk it. The basic rule is if you are not using your words, things that are not your own words, you need to provide, you need to give me a reference, a citation of who did that work. It is okay to use other people's work as long as you give that person, that publication, proper credit, and you do it in the correct way. So just don't jeopardize it. Follow the rules, and so we don't have to deal with this issue. In terms of attendance, basically, I expect you to be. You should probably, particularly in these on these intersection calls, you should be online every day. check everything that's going on. Look at the calendar of events and make sure that you do what is expected of you for that day, for that particular week. Basically, I'm going to be checking if you are begin to miss assignments or not participate in discussions. That means you're not attending class. If the problem persists, I may have to drop you from the class. If there's any issues, any things that prevent you from participating in the class, you need to let me know as quick as possible so I can figure alternatives. But again, in an online course, this is how we take care, we account for your attendance. You need to be prepared. I'm providing you with PowerPoints, basically in PDF form. Need to make sure that you read the information. Usually the PowerPoint will have a study guide that you should read along as you're looking at the lecture, the PowerPoint lectures. There's support for you here. Look at these websites that provide support if you need writing, Map Center, or whatever. Any of those are available for you on campus. And there's also information online that can assist you. The same for research and proper citation. There's direct information online about how to properly cite information. There's tutorial information from the library that you can get 24/7 online. And so follow these links that I provided right here so you can see, get any of that information that you may need. Here's the format of how I want you to submit your emails. Just make sure, basically I want to make sure, I'm not very big on what do you call them, formalities, right? But I do need to know what it is that you want me to answer you. So if it's a specific question about an assignment, tell me what that assignment is. If it's a particular term or concept that is not clear to you in the chapter, be specific. Tell me what it is that you need me to help you with, and I'll be more than happy to help you. I usually return emails as soon as I see them, but in some cases, not as quickly, not as quick turnaround. But I should be able to answer you within 24 hours. And the weekends, that might be more like 48 hours. But for the most part, you should get some sort of answer from your email or your message is within 24 hours. If you need special accommodations due to a disability or any other reason, make sure you contact DSPS. Let me know so we can make sure that we make the necessary accommodations for you to succeed in the course. I've made really every effort possible to make this accessible to all of you, regardless of abilities or disabilities. But if there are any issues, any problems, anything that is not meeting those needs, you need to let me know as quick as possible so I can go ahead and support you and assist you with the information. Pay attention to the add and drop deadlines. Because of the intercession, things are going to go very quick. Withdrawal deadlines, refund deadlines, they're going to go very, very quick. So you literally need to make sure that you are sure you're going to stay in the course within the first day of classes, because the deadlines to drop the course without a W and so on will be very, very, very quick, a quick turnaround. So pay attention to those. In terms of what class assignments and course evaluations, we have some map quizzes, 4 of them, 400 points, 3 exams, usually matchings and multiple choice questions for 300 points. Most of the bulk of how we're going to assign your, how we're going to test you in this class is going to be through participation in various discussions. We will have news discussions. In those news discussions, you'll post a newspaper article, and you'll be responding to that article. You write a minimum of 1 paragraph, which means 5 to 6 sentences, concise, well written, that talks about the article and how it ties in to a topic that we're discussing in class. We also have what they call cultural geography topics. We'll pick particular topics from the course, and you'll be asked to discuss the topic, answer the questions, and write about the questions that I'm asking about. And people will get to participate to discuss, and I will provide feedback. And we also have reflections, which are more individual. These are going to be sent directly to me. I will get to read them. Nobody else will in the class. But this also will test your ability to critically think about some of these issues that we're discussing in class. In your own words, you're able to provide that information for me. The total is 1,000 points for the course. If you get 900 to 1,000 points, you get an A. About 90 to 100%. If you get 80 to 89%, 80 to 800 to 890 points, you get a B, and so on. Look at that for information. And in terms of the mock quizzes, there are some links here that provide information for you. You can study for these, but I also provide very detailed study guides that gives you the content that you need to know to be able to do well on these map quizzes. They're typically very relatively small. I want you to know what countries are, and with exception of North America, I'll also want you to know what some provinces, some Canada, and some states in the United States are. So this is the last thing I want to discuss. Very briefly again, this is all will be available for you. Here's a tentative course calendar. It is tentative because sometimes things change, but when I do change things, I will definitely let you know as quick as possible. So make sure, and you notice that the course is basically organized in weeks. For every week, there will be different topics that we're talking about. For each of the lectures that are posted on Blackboard already under the particular week, there will be a study guide along with it. I would suggest that you open up the PDF with the PowerPoint in it and have the study guide on your side so you can follow, and definitions will be provided, descriptions will be provided on that study guide that will help you understand the concept in the class. Again, pay attention to the deadlines for the geography news and so on. Typically, it will be available on a certain day, and then it will be due on a certain day that is indicated on the calendar. Again, follow this very carefully. This is your guide for everything that is happening in class. I want to make sure that if there's any questions about what this means, any of that, please let me know as soon as possible so I can answer your question or fix it or do whatever needs to be done. Again, I'm looking forward to having you in class. This is going to be exciting. It is a great class, a very relevant class. We talk about a lot of issues that are happening literally around you on a regular basis. I hope you enjoy it. I'm looking forward to working with you in this intersession online course, and I think we're going to have fun. Wish you Happy New Year. Be safe if you are celebrating tonight. And I see you on Tuesday, where you probably hear an announcement from me telling you, welcoming you to the class. Take care. We'll be talking to you soon. Have a good night and a good day. We'll see you soon.